This video is meant to give you a practical example of how you might use the editing features found in SongSurgeon. In this particular situation, I have a song opened on the screen and I have three different loop areas set up. You can see them here. They're loop 37, 38, and 39. Now, I'm not going to explain to you how you set up loop points or how you edit them. That's the subject of another video. But in many cases, the value of editing is in combination with loop areas, so you need to learn both of those. But for purposes of this, we're just going to focus on the editing functions and how you would use them in this particular situation. And our goal here is to basically eliminate all the extraneous parts of this song that we're not interested in, so what's left are only these three loop areas. And then once we have those, we're in a position where we can export those to a external audio file where those changes then become permanent. So let me show you how we go about this. Most of what we're going to be doing here is simply highlighting and deleting. And I'm going to do that by clicking here with my mouse, left click and drag, and then hitting the delete key. And doing that again here. So right now what I'm doing is I'm eliminating the areas between these loop areas, these unwanted parts of the song. And here's yet another area where I'm going to highlight and delete. So now you can see we have these three loop areas. And the next thing I'm going to do, which is a second function that can be found in the editing window, is inserting silence. I'm going to insert 10 seconds of silence between these two loops. There it is. And then I'm going to do the same over here. And the reason I'm doing this is because from a practical standpoint, once you've exported this file, you may want a few seconds break between practicing one type of a riff or solo before you move to the next one. A chance to get your notes out, a chance to change your hand positioning, a chance to think about it. I'm not sure what, but there's a reason why it's useful for many people to have some silence between these, and so that's what I've done. So essentially now what I've created is a file that has three different areas. Each of these areas is a loop area in which we have applied separate settings, and again, those settings and how to use those loop areas are covered in a different video. But for purposes of this, I just wanted to show you how by deleting pieces of the song as well as inserting silence, you could create something that looks like this, and then you can simply export this. And when you export it, you could export the entire song, which means it will keep the space or the silence that you have before and after these as well as in between. And once you've exported it, you've made these changes permanent, and therefore you've essentially created a customized practice file.